I feel like not too many people are really understanding what the Houston Rockets are doing and how much better they're getting each and every single game. Last night, they played the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas, and not only did they have a, somewhat terrible shooting night, shooting 41% from the field and 23% from three, but they also won the game and held the Mavericks to only 102 points. But what I wanted to do in this video was break down the offense and defense from the first quarter. Games are won and lost early on in games. Now look at this one. So we're going to get a screen from the top of the key, high pick and roll with Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun, right? Now, what is the first thing we notice once this screen hits? We're going to get Daniel Gafford hedging up to that three-point line, right? Now, basically what they do, or what we want to see when we do this, is Jalen Green using his speed and his athleticism to drive by Daniel Gafford. Now, what will we notice when that happens? We're going to see weak side rotation. Now, what that means is the corner man over here, PJ Washington, is going to dive into the paint. You're going to see Luka dive to the corner and try to stop he's going to try to get to the middle and kind of guard both of these guys right here. So once we get this weak side rotation in kick, in start, this is beautiful. Jalen Green reaches the point of attack, kicks out to Dillon Brooks, who then gets a wide open look from three-point line, right? This is huge. I think offensively, Jalen Green is taking that next step up into being a absolute playmaker, right? Taking control of the game offensively when he can, but more importantly, knowing where to, go with the basketball. Court mapping ability, knowing where his guys are and knowing where the defense is going to rotate from. Once we get that switch, we want to get into the lane, draw that weak side help from the corner, and then make the other help from the top, get to the corner, leaving someone wide open. This is beautiful basketball. We're going to break it all down in this video. Before we jump in though, comment down below who needs to be better for the Rockets, who needs to improve their game just a little bit going forward if the Houston Rockets want to make a massive playoff run or playoff push, I guess you could say. Let me know in the comments down below. Hit the like button. Let's get right into today's video. And another thing you have to love about this team is the way they push the ball in transition. Mid-range fadeaway jumper, no good. At this point in time, you need to push. One, because their shot blocker, their rim protector, is now behind the main ball handler, which means, yes, we're going to have a 4-on-4 situation, but at the end of the day, we like our chances because they have no rim protection. Jalen Green are going to isolate versus their guard and just demoralize them, right? Cooks them, gets into the paint for an easy little layup. Quentin Grimes had no chance here. Great crossover here by Jalen Green, who again, man, I'm getting excited about this dude. I think he's doing a great job just being a team player, but taking control of the offense when need be. I love the way he just gets up the floor. Just go. You don't need to, really set up an offense. Whenever you're in transition, just go. That's exactly what he does here. Ends up paying off for him, so you got to love it. All right, here's one of my favorite plays of the game, and I'll tell you why. So we're going to get Dillon Brooks to post up here. Now, what we're going to notice when you have a guy posting up like this, what do we notice about the Mavericks? Someone tell me, right? Look, everybody is staring at the basketball, okay? Whenever you have this type of defense where they're just looking at the ball for whatever reason, you want your initial backdoor cut, but then you want this guy to clear out, and then you want to go boom, this slot cut from the corner. This guy, PJ Washington, has no clue. He is not even paying attention to his man. We get that backdoor cut, ends up being a wide open dunk. Great pass here by Dillon Brooks. One, getting to that point of attack, getting into the post where obviously he is a little bit of a mismatch, and drawing the attention of every single Mavericks player. Great slot cut here by Tari Eason. Always, right? Whenever you have this guy just staring down the ball, cut. They will have no idea. And it works out perfectly. Now, before we get any further into the video, guys, do me a massive favor. Hit that like button so we can get this video out to more Rockets fans around the world. But more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and we will be covering the Rockets throughout the entirety of the season, which means offense, defensive, individual player breakdown for almost every single game that they play this year. Got you guys covered. Join the family, and if this video gets over let's say 250 likes. We'll actually drop another one probably even within the next 2 days. So hit the like button. Let's get right back into this film breakdown. Here we go. Now we get another very interesting defensive look. Well, we end up getting a switch here with the pick and roll. Now we get Fred VanVleet versus Derek Lively. Now, one thing we want to do in this situation, kind of spread out the floor. Make sure all of our guys are around that three-point line, just so nobody's in this paint, right? A lot of teams have this versatility of being able to spread the floor and attack the paint because, quite frankly, there's nobody down there, right? Now, the great thing about this play specifically is Fred VanVleet is on their only shot blocker, their only rim protector, which means if that paint is cleared out, we're going to end up getting a great look at the basket. So watch him just absolutely drive into the lane. We're going to get a fake slot cut here by Jabari Smith. Notice how now they don't want to rotate off this weak side. They're actually going to stick him on to Alperen Sengun so that he can't get an easy little floater or a jumper. Fred VanVleet takes it all the way to the basket and gets an easy layup. Taking advantage of, you know, mismatches in the NBA is massive and how a lot of teams end up winning games. And right here, the Rockets took advantage of this one. All right, this is my favorite thing about Alperen Sengun. Now, let me know if I'm saying his name right because sometimes I butcher names and you guys hate me for it. We're going to get him in the post. He's going to spin to the inside here. We're going to notice Tari Eason is going to get backside leverage. He's going to slightly beat Spencer Dinwiddie, a smaller defender, which is what makes this pass really good because, again, we know that their shot blocker is on Alperen Sengun. So let's watch what AP does here, or AP. AS. Backdoor, behind the back, bounce pass, beautiful, no rim protection, easy layup, right? Whenever we can get this rim protector out of the game, we know if we have a bigger guy in the paint, he's going to be able to score over a ton of different guys. What a pass here by AS. And a great finish. Tari Eason, big game, man. I think he was, 60% from the field, 50% from three, had 15 points. Tari Eason was a massive player in this game, and, you know, you could see why. Here's another Tari Eason play. Now, I only wanted to show this one because of, you know, the hard work, the tenacity, the will to never give up on any single play ever. We're going to get a screen right here. We're going to notice Tari Eason comes off. He's going to slip, lose the ball momentarily. He's going to fight for it back. Watch this. Right, loses it, go gets it. Now they're going to pressure with Luka, knowing he's not the greatest ball handler in the world. So now he's going to kick over. Now it's a give and go chase, or a give and just go. Whatever you really want to call it here. He's going to kick it over to Steven Adams. Kyrie Irving just slightly stops paying attention, and then he cuts to the basket, right? This is beautiful. These are the plays that change the tempo of a game. And Steven Adams, great pass here off the bounce. Man, right? The tenacity of, you know, Tari Eason to lose the ball, get blitz multiple different times, kick and go. Kick and go. Let's go, man. Beautiful basketball here by Tari Eason. Just wanted to throw that one in here because I love his game and I think he's going to be a stud. And, you know, he's really starting to have some good games here and there. Once he finds a little bit of consistency, he's going to be good. All right, here we go. Last play we'll break down. We're going to get a DHO to Fred VanVleet, or from Fred VanVleet to Jalen Green. Now, knowing that the Mavericks want to switch everything, they want to keep him on this left side. They want to keep Derek Lively over the middle, and they want to keep Luka on that right side, right? How do you do that? You just set a bunch of screens, have them come all the way around, rotate these guys over, and you're going to get a switch of everybody, right? So what I mean by that is, you know, Sengun is going to get switched onto PJ Washington. We're going to get a screen this way, so Dylan Brooks will be onto Derek Lively, and then we'll get the switch onto Luka Doncic with Jalen Green. This is exactly what the Rockets wanted, and the Mavericks pretty much said, okay, we'll give it to you. Boom. Now, what do we like about this right now is Sengun is in the paint with the mismatch, but two, and more importantly, Derek Lively is going to be on the perimeter because now he's going up against Dylan Brooks, right? So you may be asking, what's the big deal? There's no interior presence defensively. Jalen Green drives in, draws a little bit of body contact, and finishes the bucket. Guys, the Rockets are doing some really good things here offensively, and once they really find a sense of consistency, this team's going to be very good, man. I didn't want this video to be too long. Just want to do the first half. Where you win games is the first and third quarter in this game. They won both, right? got them some momentum and allowed them to close out this basketball game. I know that fourth quarter wasn't amazing, got outscored by 10 points, but at the end of the day, they held Dallas to 21 points in the first, 23 points in the second, 28 points in the third. I think they need to be a little better in those fourth quarters. But man, if you're able to play that good of defense in the first 3 quarters against a team with Kyrie, Luka, and Klay Thompson, I mean, you're in good shape. So I'm excited to see what the Rockets continue to do. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next breakdown. Peace.